How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another podcast. And I'd like to start off the podcast by saying this is brought to you by the everyone that donates on Patreon and our sponsors on the channel. Without you guys, we couldn't keep the channel going because all your donations help us out tremendously. Now, I'd like to start off by saying if my voice sounds a little raspy, it's because I'm still sick. So keep that in mind, so I apologize. Now, today's topic is the future of this game. Now, with this DLC that's coming out and this huge event that's going on, and there's like all these, they had this whole month calendar of special events and stuff, people aren't very happy. Now, for example, the past Sunday, which when we're recording this would be yesterday, was Blast Sunday, and they made it out to be like this cool special event where I figured they would do something unique, like double credits or something, or double XP or something, but nope. It was just, hey, play Blast. Here's a playlist where you can just play the game mode that
I like
we
how
already
you
have
put
in the
that.
game.
Hey, play Blast.
That's what it was, and people were upset. And so,
No, you're right.
okay, this update comes out on Wednesday morning, I think. It was the 13th. Is that when it is?
Yeah,
13th?
the Last Jedi
Okay.
DLC. It
Yeah,
should
so they
come
have-
out Wednesday morning, Wednesday night, something like that.
Yeah, so
or
they have this
Tuesday night.
DLC, and they have this patch. Now, this patch is, I think, make or break for this game going forward, because they have to do something to win back the people that haven't bought this game before Christmas. Like, they're in the hole bad. And they're pissing off the people that currently have the game. So, like, the devs haven't said anything. Like, they've been silent for a month. I don't know, like, hopefully that's a good sign. Like, they're focused all on fixing this game. But if this update doesn't have things that royally just completely change, like, I'm talking, like, hero fixes and bugs and balancing and all kinds of stuff, then I'm pretty fearful for what's to come in the future.
Yes, and I think it's more than just. I mean, like the patch is really important to get the little mess ups that are in the game fixed. But on a bigger scale, as much as they're pissing off the people who have the game, when you look at the people who don't have the game and who are hopefully going to get it for Christmas, because there's a lot of kids that'll usually wait till Christmas because obviously they don't have income, so they're waiting to get it as a gift. And if those, and a lot of kids play Star Wars games, if that audience loses interest and says, I've heard from this person or this person, they're not doing anything with the game, or I don't really want the game for this reason or that reason, Star Wars Battlefront is kind of doomed. They desperately need that Christmas crowd. If they don't get a huge surge from Christmas sales, they're gonna be deep in the hole. So the only real thing they have to jump their PR back up is this Last Jedi DLC event and everything they do with all this Last Jedi stuff. So far, like you said, they've done nothing. It's been a shit season so far. What was it, December 5th when we got to pick Resistance or First Order, which was already kind of dumb in general, but at least it was something they were trying to do.
Pretty underwhelming.
Has there been anything? There's been like 2 challenges? Or
Oh, no, I
something?
think there's been like maybe 4. A challenge came out today, is like beat a mission in arcade. And then that one mission, or the challenge where it's like, get 50 kills with each character or whatever. But the rewards are nothing. That's 500 credits. I don't want to go out and do that.
Yeah, they're still doing this same stupid shit. It's the same petty, or not giving people anything for their work. I mean, the hope was with these Last Jedi challenges, you get a nice little bonus of crafting parts or credits or something, and you still get the same crap you got for the other crappy challenges that you don't get enough for. I mean, they have a lot of problems to deal with. Not to mention, when we were talking about this before, we didn't even mention how the campaign pissed so many people off because it was so shitty. And they're going to add to a campaign nobody really cares about right now. So that part of the campaign is also really important for future DLC. Like, are they going to make the campaign interesting again? Or is it still going to suck? I mean, so there's a ton at stake. And I mean, for just the general patch, just to show the people currently playing the game, that you give a shit at all, or you even care about this game, you need to put in a very good-sized patch. The little patches they've done little fixes, like little Band-Aid fixes to problems, and that's nice, but you have so many problems to fix that for some godforsaken reason you have not fixed. I mean, the Kashyyyk, just as one example, the Kashyyyk airplane glitch thing, which isn't really a glitch, it's just it gives you way too many points for just killing AI in the sky. On Kashyyyk, why is that still in there? Why is that still in the game? That's been a problem for a very, very long time.
Well, especially with the current system.
I think since the game came out.
Because now it goes based off of score. First place gets more credits. So people just farm in the sky the entire time. Like, I was in 5th place because I joined a match late. And I was like, well, I want to get first. So I went up in the sky, killed, I think, 6 planes, and then I jumped clear to first place. And then got the most credits. So that's broken.
I don't even think you have to kill 6 planes.
Probably not.
The only time I ever finish ahead of you is when I'm on Kashyyyk with you. And I go into the plane, and I play decent for a little while, and I've got twice as many points as you with literally a fourth of the kills.
Yeah, so it's stuff like that
insane.
that they need to fix. It, like, right now, it feels like they just are neglecting it. It's like, well, we didn't make enough money, so let's move on to other things. Like, screw this. We're not going to tell the community that we're listening. We're not going to say, hey, we're going to give you more credits for the DLC event. Like, they haven't said anything at all. It's like, what are they doing? Like, the daily...
If there was ever a time not to be quiet.
It's now.
This would be that time. They need to communicate, because they've already pissed off so many people. The only thing I'd liked about what EA had done with Battlefront 2, at least up till like close to the end of November, or at least about a week after the launch of the game, is they were pretty vocal and they were responding to people. They were talking about problems. They talked about the problems with the beta and what they wanted to fix about the beta. They even talked about their screw up with the whole hero progression system, and at least talked about it. And all of a sudden they're silent. They can't just stop talking. That was the only thing they were doing right. Was they were at least communicating with the community, and now all of a sudden just cut us off. They desperately need to fix that problem, because I don't think they have given up on this game, because they'd be insane, but it looks like they have. And that's the impression people are going to get, is, they gave up because it didn't make enough money, or it sold so much worse than Call of Duty. That is the impression people are going to get, and if they have that impression, it doesn't matter what they actually think. So it's an absolute mess, and there's only so much that they can fix, because so much damage has already been done, but they can at least start taking steps. And if the DLC's really good, if the next DLC's really good, they might slowly repair this game, get a solid player base going, and this game could still maybe be somewhat of a success down the road. But you can't. They're not going down that road right now at all. It's not looking good.
Well, what they need to do is repair the current community. If they make everyone that currently has the game happy, then they're going to be more likely to share it with their friends and recommend it. Like, hey, they made all these changes. It's really fun now. If they're making the current community upset, then they're going to be like, yeah, the game got kind of stale. Like, I've been grinding for days because I'm trying to save my crafting parts for the DLC and stuff. It's getting, like, I'm not liking the game. It's getting so old. Like, I've been playing match after match after match, and I'll be like, well, I'm Boba Fett this round. Oh, my jetpack stopped working. Or, oh, I just spawned in as Darth Maul. Oh, I got stuck between 2 rocks and I had to respawn and just die. Like, so many things go wrong, and they need to fix it. I don't know. So this patch is going to be make or break. Like, if they don't fix the majority of these problems, they're going to lose a lot of respect from me, for sure. And I think it's going to hurt all these Battlefront YouTubers in general. Like, if nobody wants to watch the game, then we're going to be hurting. Like, a lot of our momentum's coming from this game. And if this game fails, then we're doomed to fail. Because nobody watches if we play other games.
So, yeah, I mean, it is. We're fully dependent on the game. And we're not alone. There's a lot of people fully dependent, obviously, on the game for success. But even beyond just what it's going to do for us and other YouTubers, it's just, this is like, it's just such a massive disappointment. And we've been fairly, at least, I think, at least compared to most of the community, been fairly complimentary of some of the things that EA's done with this game. this specific game. I mean, graphics are beautiful. A lot of the
we've been
gameplay is very
defending
fun.
them.
Yeah, I still defend a lot of things, at least to an extent of what they've done.
Yeah, it's
However,
a pretty great game.
This what they're doing with it now, it's kind of indefensible. I mean, if you're not gonna fix the obvious problems with the game, it's kind of a slap in the face to the people that were supporting you, which is what you were saying with the community that actually likes the game right now, which is an ever diminishing community. You have to fix the problems that has going on. I mean, this AFK situation is completely out of control and a complete mess. I mean, it's rendered that entirety of the Heroes versus Villains game mode unplayable, which is completely unacceptable.
I've actually noticed it's not that bad on Xbox, because I play on PC and Xbox. You can't play a single match on PC of Heroes versus Villains.
Yeah, PC.
You cannot do it. PC is horrible. I tried maybe 20 different times to find a match of Heroes versus Villains. You can't do it. Everybody's spinning around in circles. There's at least 4 people in the game spinning in circles. So
I don't even blame the AFKers as much as I blame EA for putting. You can't put in a system that people are like, you know what? I can't get credits unless I just don't play. You can't put up a system where that can even be possible. So I'm much more angry at EA than the people that are doing it, because it's EA's fault. You can't have a stupid progression system the way that they have it and then hope that people will just play your game endlessly. It's so broken, and they don't seem to care to fix it. And that's kind of pathetic on EA's part. So as much as I defended them the first couple weeks of the release of some of the things they did, not all, but some of it, the last couple weeks for me is even more egregious. I mean, like, they made these mistakes. They said they made these mistakes, and now they're just silent. Like, this is just getting ridiculous. Now I'm starting to match some of the
and people were worried that they're not making enough money, so they're just gonna not do DLC. Well, they can't do that either, because the backlash for that would be insane, because then they'd just be like, well, they broke the promise. There's not free DLC. They just didn't do DLC. And then I think, like, they can't afford to do that, because Disney would, like, Disney would get a little angry.
I don't know, like, the exactness of the agreement between Disney and EA, but from what I understand, it's Disney said, hey, EA will allow you to make Star Wars games. If that's the agreement, it's over. Disney, if that happens, there's no way Disney's going to sit back.
Even if there's like a buyout cost, it's not like Disney can't afford it. They're just like, hey, okay, we'll give you money. Stop ruining our franchise. Stop ruining Star Wars. People are getting pissed
and Star Wars
off.
is going to live on. It's not like EA is going to kill Star Wars off at all.
No.
Star Wars will live on without EA, so that's not going to be a problem for Disney to just find anybody else who would want that. So, yeah, I think as important as Last Jedi DLC is, like I said, they can start taking steps towards fixing what they did. But this is a big first step. There's still plenty more steps, but they have to make this step, and they're running out of time. They are absolutely running out of time. So I hope they make a big change and a big good step forward. They could make it worse, by the way. That's still very possible.
This patch is...
This patch could make it worse.
It could, but I'm going to be a little on the positive side. If this patch fails, though, I'm going to stop defending them. Because I've tried to defend them. I've given them the benefit of the doubt. But if they screw up this patch, then they've lost respect for me. Like, I can't defend that. I can't defend that many screw ups, is what I'm saying. So I think I keep saying it comes out on Tuesday, but it comes out on Wednesday. I'm used to working night shift hours, so to me it feels like Tuesday.
Never makes sense. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up for the most part there. So yeah, incredibly important DLC for Star Wars Battlefront 2. So let's all pray to God they get this right. So go ahead and smash that like button if you guys like what you heard. Like we mentioned earlier on, thank you to our patrons and everything. We can't do it without you guys. If you want to become a patron, The Patreon.com link should be in the description. And go ahead and follow us on Twitter at CookiePlaysBad and at SwannyPlaysGames. Watch another video. And let us know what you guys think in the comments, because this, so no doubt, I guarantee you guys have tons of opinions about them. We want to hear it. So hit the comments with all your opinions. Have a nice conversation. And we'll talk to you guys next time.
Your defeat is inevitable.
I warn you not to underestimate my powers.
Do not throw away your potential.
Don't force me to kill you!